Steven is a manager at a big company. It's his responsibility to support sales activity. Steven's team works hard to fulfill logistics-related orders from customers. The operation is stable, though the team members typically complain about the crazy speed which work comes in and the excessive overtime required to keep up with demand. Steven is always under pressure by the sales department because their customers dislike lengthy administrative calls. He needs to increase customer satisfaction somehow, but his environment makes it challenging. The company's upper management has set several efficiency-related goals for his department, meaning he cannot increase his headcount. Administering orders requires an agent to utilize multiple systems, which slows down the process considerably. So what is Steven to do? He asked his IT department to streamline and consolidate the systems, effectively improving the overall customer experience. When taking into account timing, the cost related with system modification, and a possible new acquisition on the horizon, top management would not accept the risk of integrating and consolidating their various systems. This put Steven in an uncomfortable situation. Having heard our success stories, he thought, why not? And we received an invitation to help him find a solution to his problems. First, we revealed to Steven that the root cause of low customer satisfaction and the complaints against his team came from the fact that each agent spent 2/3 of their time on the administration of an order in different systems. Purely 1/3 of the time was spent focusing on the customer. The average duration of a call was 5 minutes. The question we posed was, why do we use people for mundane, repetitive, high-volume transactional tasks? It became obvious for Steven that he was restricting his opportunities by misallocating his team's human talents. 2/3 of his people's time was spent on robotic tasks, which didn't require their humanistic skills, which is why they were hired in the first place. To fix these issues, we streamlined the process and prepared it for automation. We built software robots with a robotic process automation tool to replace the team's manual workload. After testing, the robots went online. We spent only 5 weeks with Steven and his team, which totally changed their lives. What does the new process look like? Jane will show us. She offers a warm welcome to the customer and quickly checks the database. If the customer is not there, she takes down their basic details and fills in a form. The robot enters the new customer master data into 3 different systems. The robot simply emulates the steps that Jane would do during the process. Similarly to Jane, we can also see what the robot does on her screen. In the meantime, Jane is helping the customer choose the ideal tailor-made service. Now she has time to offer alternatives and supplementary services as well. In short, she can apply her soft skills to improve the customer experience. By the time the customer has agreed upon a service to order, the robot has checked whether the customer is on the sanction list. If not, it gives a green light to Jane so she can capture the order details on an interactive form. Once Jane is ready, the robot creates a purchase order in the CRM system and raises a ticket in the order handling system of the logistics department. The robot immediately sends a confirmation email, so once the call ends, the customer already has the confirmation in their email box. Now an average call lasts 2 minutes, and the various agents focus on the customer during almost 90% of the call. What a difference! We also built a dashboard for Steven, based on the data the robots gathered during the process. Steven is able to monitor the daily work of his team and has a better idea of how they're spending their time and how heavy their workload truly is. So, what changed? Steven's team is no longer frustrated since the mundane, repetitive tasks are minimized in their daily work and overtime is no longer required. Customer satisfaction received a dramatic boost due to faster response time and better customer care. The sales department is amazed. Fortunately, there are more and more orders coming in, although the scale-up is not a problem for Steven's team. They are answering the incoming calls with greater efficiency. Upper management is also satisfied since Steven maintained the same headcount despite the increased sales activity. The return of investment was 4 months for this project, not to mention the improvement of those soft measures like customer satisfaction. Looking back to the results we delivered, the investment is a no-brainer for Steven. All in all, robotic process automation was a good solution for this problem because the return on investment was just a couple of months and the solution has been delivered in a very short period of time. RPA is able to seamlessly automate processes, even if they span across multiple isolated legacy systems, and it is a non-intrusive technology.